Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel, and one that I hadn't really planned to do because this is an older figure. It came out months ago, and I passed on it because it was a little high priced for what it is. And then I just was kicking myself because one of my favorite feuds of all time, maybe my favorite feud of all time, is DDP and Raven from WCW over the US title. I got this Raven figure from Zombie Sailor Toys Heels and Faces. I think it's one of the greatest action figures of all time. And I felt like, how can I have that Raven, which is, in my opinion, the best figure of Raven, and not have a companion Diamond Dallas Page? And while this DDP doesn't reflect what Page was wearing during that feud, it's just, it looks so good. And I'm a massive DDP fan. He's top 5 wrestlers for me. It was eating at me that I didn't have this figure. And I'm really enjoying what all of these retro companies are doing. As you'll be seeing in the coming year, first of all, these companies are putting out amazing product. But second of all, there's just something very appealing to me about this form factor, which is funny because I did not grow up with WWF Hasbros. I've told the story before. I didn't even get into them until I found a bunch of them at a Goodwill in maybe like 2001 or something like that. I got 2 bags for $5 each, and probably, 12, 15 of the figures between those 2 bags, I think. And I just found them very charming, and their personalities that I grew up with. Even though they're from the 90s, there are a lot of the characters were there that I liked when I was a kid. So anyway, let's take a look at this figure from Epic Toys. Packaging is very classy. Cardboard's a little cheap, but I don't really care. Like, the presentation is nice, and I'm not keeping this box, so whatever. Got beautiful artwork of Paige on the side and on the back. I've got some stats back there. I really appreciate how deluxe this feels. And look at this, credits for the artwork, Mike McGee illustration. I'll have to get on Instagram and give him a follow if he's on there. And then on the side, you can see extra parts, because this is a deluxe retro figure. This is different from a lot of the other retros that you'll see, where it's, again, Hasbro style. It's just this basic figure, and they don't have like interchangeable parts or anything like that. Okay, so the tray with the parts is taped into the box. But I'm not keeping any of this packaging, so none of that'll matter. So he comes with a separate set of arms, a shirt, and the taping for his ribs that was present for much of his rise to the main event. Resealable packaging. And I got this off eBay for... the way I looked at it was, if I had bought it when it first came out from the American retailer that was selling it and paid like the maximum of what somebody might charge for shipping, and granted, that retailer, I could have gotten it for a little bit less, but it wouldn't have been too far off of this. I had to do some justification to pay what I paid for this, but I'm so happy to have it. You got a little clip and save style file card, which I really like back here. So let's take a look. Again, that artwork is just fantastic. And the styling, you can see the card's bent up. It was sold to me as new. It had clearly been opened, but everything's here, looks good, so I'm not super worried about it. I like I said, I had not even planned to review this, but when it got here, I was just so excited, and I wanted to open it up, but I couldn't open it and not I don't know, it's just very important to me to show this thing off, I guess. One issue I'll notice right off the bat is you can see the gloss on his tights is not consistent. And I'll admit that's kind of a big problem. Now, it is something you see in mass market toys from time to time, but you can see like this leg is glossy and this leg is not. Which is a weird error. But the graphics on the tights look great. Boots look great. Those nice tall boots. Got the blue waistband on these tights. And if you look, you can see that it is actually, there's a sculpt there for a line. Like it's not just painted blue at the top. Like this was sculpted to have this piece that he had. Physique looks good. Tattoos. You can see. Got those taped up forearms and wrists. And that portrait, the portrait is what was killing me. Every time I saw this thing online, and this is not how I'll be displaying it, by the way. This is just how it comes out of the package. But every time I saw this portrait online, it was just killing me because it's perfect. Oh, what did I do with my little brush? Oh, there it is. I mean, that's crazy how good that looks. The way they painted the hair. He's got the gold earring. So this is a classic Hasbro style figure. But as I mentioned, we've got extra parts here. Now these are taped securely. All right. So first we'll take a look at his little cummerbund situation, which is really what this looks like, hilariously. But that is for those taped ribs. Got some Velcro in the back. I will probably not display him with this, even though it was definitely a signature look. So you just line it up. And you've got taped ribs. That's funny. It's kind of a cute little piece, but again, I'm not going to display him like that. You've got a shirt that is nice and stretchy. Graphic on the front. Looks great. And the way you put that shirt on is, look at those magnets. But the way they've designed it, because I've seen stuff use magnets in the past, but what they tend to do is it's just a flat surface. And there's nothing to hold the magnets, like, you know what I mean? Nothing to hold the arms in place. So they move the way that they're supposed to without coming off. So this design is brilliant. Love the way they did this. And they hold. They are solid. So you get those arms off. Grab that shirt. Whoop. Head's coming through the sleeve. My bad. There we go. That kind of slides under the hair in the back. Pop the arm back into place. And he's got that signature DDP shirt cut a little high. If you remember back in the day, they always cut their shirts like almost a little belly shirt look. So there's that. But then where this figure really comes together for me is with the diamond cutter hands, which to me really could have just been the default. Well, depending on how he stands. Oh, that one didn't want to go in. There we go. They almost don't need the magnets. So that, and you've got, you know, that's going to work at some different levels. That is what makes this figure awesome. And I guess I'm wrong. I think his shirt got caught up under that one. Because if he only had these hands, it wouldn't work, because the way they've designed the joint here, it would be one thing if they kind of angled a little bit, so when they were down, they were kind of more like that, but it doesn't work that way. They basically do the diamond symbol no matter where you pose them. So actually, I don't know, and you'll notice he's got the white wrist tape on these hands. I don't know that I am going to pose him with these, because I kind of like just the ready to fight. I don't know. That's a tough call. But whatever the case, gloss issues aside, and that's not unique to this figure. I've seen this kind of problem before where the finish, for whatever reason, didn't carry across the entire product. I'd be interested to see other samples of this, to see if there are ones that are all gloss or all matte or what the case might be. Even Zombie, I believe Zombie's Brian Myers was one that had a similar issue, or at least mine did, which the review is here on the channel. You can go back and check that out. But whatever the case, I am very glad to have this Diamond Dallas Page figure. It's something that felt like one of those things where every time I saw it, I thought, why don't I have that? Why didn't I buy that? I can't believe that's not on my shelf right next to that Raven. And now I feel like, and look, they complement each other very nicely. Now I feel like, okay, cool. My retro shelf is where it needs to be, you know, until the next figure comes out that I feel like I have to have. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, buy what you like. Hey, Phantomaniacs, I want to tell you about memberships for the Needless Things channel. We have 3 different levels. Each one has different special perks that will only be available to members. We've got things like special emojis that I made myself, badges, polls that you're going to be able to participate in to determine what we do here on the channel, early access to videos, exclusive live chats, exclusive live streams, lots of engagement, because that's really what I want. I really enjoy the comments here on the channel, even the negative ones. I like getting into that kind of stuff, and I want people to feel like they're more a part of what's going on here. And obviously, I want support for the channel. You know, this stuff, as much as I love doing it and providing it for free, it isn't free for me. So every little bit that we can get helps out. And even if you don't join as a member, thank you for your support, whether liking, subscribing, sharing, whatever it is you do. It's all important. But those memberships, the members are going to get lots of cool stuff exclusive only to them.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.